welcome to my channel. I'm Vornax, and this is another mount showcase, but with a twist. As you enjoy the splendorous visuals of these rendered works of art, I tell you their related lore. Some of the mounts have established canon, others have hints at it, and yet more still have none whatsoever, and for these I shall be creating out of whole cloth, but very grounded in the lore that I love, fitting tales of their origins because, well, who doesn't love fanfiction? There are timestamps below and links to the Guild Wars 2 wiki for all the mount skins shown here for your convenience. So sit back, put your feet up and relax as we journey from the frozen shiver peaks to the sweltering desert sands to discover the origins of this magnificent menagerie. Before Vabi fell to the Lich, merchant princes ruled the land, one of whom was Prince Bokka the Magnificent, a man of avarice unrivaled. He revelled in his indulgences, food, art, music, all the physical pleasures. He was also a collector of rare and beautiful things. In the grounds of his resplendent Makan, which surrounded his extravagant palace, were royal gardens, the pride of which was a pair of Avialan. Bartered from the Tengu regional ambassador, these beasts were held at each embassy for the exclusive use of their emperor if he ever deemed to visit that location. Sadly for him, the Tengu ambassador paid for his trading treachery with his life. All Avialan outside the Dominion of Wings today come from this one breeding pair in Vabi. Bred by the legendary beast tamers of the Black Citadel, and hailing from the same stable as the storied siege devourers, Dreadnought Raptors are venerated by all the Char legions, the blood tell tales of their enemies fleeing before them on the backs of these fearless beasts. The artisans of iron wax rhapsodic over the exquisite design of these armoured hulks, and the agents of ash prize the Dreadnought's sturdy, sure-footed quickness. Many Char today owe their lives to these stalwart steeds. Emerging from the darkest shadows of desert tombs, Umbral demons are tempted to our realm by the suffering of the fallen and their loved ones. These silent wraiths feed on pain and misery. The kingdom of the Lich has been their feeding ground since his second coming. To ride an Umbral demon is to embrace pain. Only the most resolute can overcome their mental assault and win the respect of a demon. Hailing from the Dominion of Winds, all magnificent hummingbirds belong to the Silver Wing Emperor. No mere royal pets, these creatures are free to come and go as they will, but they are considered children of the Imperial House, and to harm one is to invite a swift death. Gentle and intelligent, these birds are considered a blessing from the divine, and many Tengu still believe that the great spirit of the hummingbird carries the souls of a fallen Tengu to the sky above the sky. Brave, loyal, and incredibly stubborn, the Summit Wildhorn is a true ally to any who can befriend them. Hailing from the frozen north, these incredible creatures are loved by ogres and humans alike. Loyal even beyond death, Wildhorns have been known to stand guard over their fallen riders' graves for years. These mountaineers are also independent and intelligent, but cross a Wildhorn at your own peril. Their kick can kill, and their horns are no mere decorative feature. the Heilig believe the giant gecko is a gift from Zintel, their sun god. Tribal elders are duty-bound to offer protection to any sun Temple Gecko who wanders into the open jungles of Maguma. Deep in the heartlands, hidden from outsiders, is the great temple of the sun god. There the sacred Temple Geckos bask in the glory of his divine light. To ride a sun Temple Gecko is to invite the wrath of all Heilig. Balthazar murdered his way across Elona, but his crimes only begin there. Not content with a simple slaughter, he also enslaved the souls of those who fell before his army, fusing their tormented spirits into forged soldiers. Even the ephemeral spirit Jackals were not spared by the mad god, who trapped their gentle souls, forging them into warhounds, greedy to add their numbers to his growing slave army. When the mad god met his end, the will of all those imprisoned souls returned. Punish not the weapon, but the wielder, for the forge have suffered greatly at the hands of their creator tormentor. They, like us, are all victims of the war god. In the lands of Cantha, the souls of the dead are shepherded to the afterlife by envoys. But the mantle of envoy is a penance, not a blessing. The souls of the damned, the worst criminals, take the mantle to atone for their worldly sins under the watchful eye of the Oracle of the Mists and his 9-tailed spirits. The 9 tails are able to effortlessly move between the divine planes, acting as guardians and messengers of the mists. These spirits are ever watchful of the envoys as they toil to atone for their misdeeds. When the envoy Shiro Tagachi betrayed his vow and sought to use the mantle of envoy to wreak havoc on the mortal plane, his first victim was his 9-tailed watcher Guanjin. Grievously wounded, the guardian managed to teleport to the sacred shrine of the Zhenji monastery. There, cared for by the priests of the temple, Guanjin slept for 1,000 days. When she awoke, she was diminished, no longer able to traverse the plains of the mists, but alive still, and profoundly grateful to her saviors. In return for their kindness, Guanjin dedicated her new life to guarding the sacred temples. She was the first shrine guardian, and with the blessing of the Oracle of the Mists, the mother of all shrine guardians today. Watching over the sacred gardens of the goddess Melandru in the holy city of Ara was a great eagle and a noble Barbary lion. One day a child, a novice of the goddess Duena, found her way into the garden. It was truly a wondrous place, full of beautiful creatures, but treacherous to all but the gods themselves. Soon the child was faced with the mother of all devourers, and if not for the guardians, her life would have been forfeit. Sacrificing itself, the golden eagle swooped down and shielded the little girl from the creature's poisonous stingers. The great lion fought off the devourer, protecting the terrified child. Both were mortally wounded. Duena felt the fear of her young novice and arrived to find the dying guardians still protecting her charge. Moved by their bravery, Duena fused their bodies into one, saving their spirits, and in doing so, creating the first great lion Griffon. Melandru loved the creation of her younger sister so much, she created a pride of lion griffons and gifted a mating pair to each of the pantheon to guard their sacred sanctums in the holy city. Created by Granth himself, the Nightfang stalks the underworld, guarding the souls of the fallen as they await judgment. Like Granth, they are both alive and dead, both divine and damned. Only night reveals their divine face and the price of their immortality. When the gods abandoned Tyria, the underworld fell into chaos. Many Nightfang fled the realm, fearing the rising power of doom. To ride a Nightfang is to be damned and blessed, a state sadly all too familiar for mortals. Hailing from the island of Istan, the Tremor Armadillo enjoyed centuries of isolation thanks to the Scarab Plague, which saw the island abandoned by all but wild creatures who called it home. Inquisitive and brave, these giants were once the playthings of the primeval court, but now, thanks to the ingenuity of the Asura, their unique mode of transportation allows brave travelers to traverse the desert sands at heart-stopping speed. For those who suffer from entomophobia, they are heaven sent. If you enjoyed my fan fiction-y lore showcase, please like, share, subscribe, and show some love to Kyle, Jeffrey, Nelson, Hain, Cub, Molini, Ada, Jolly Joestar, Sir Azu, Christopher Martin, Dark Griever, and all my wondrous patrons, without whom I would be unable to dedicate the time and resources I do to my content creation. I can never thank them enough. And if you feel inspired and want to ride these wonderful beasts yourself to the Path of Fire expansion needed to unlock these mounts, as well as to the free-to-play base game and the Heart of Thorns expansion too, thanks to the generosity of Arenanet and their partner program, of whom I am a proud affiliate, using any of these referral links directly supports my channel. Now I hope you will join me again very soon for more Guild Wars 2 showcases. There are quite a few coming up on the channel. But until then, as always, thanks for watching.